Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurain Najwa binti Muhammad SAIFUL. My matric number is A2280517. We are from Group 10 and we choose case study 18. Here, we will discuss something which are the definition of exchange rate, differentiate between depreciation and appreciation of the ringgit Malaysia, where Singapore strengthened its currency of the Singapore dollar in line with the United States US dollar. Factor the ringgit remains better than other Asian currency. Effect of falling ringgit on the Malaysian economy and factors that cause a currency to depreciate. The first thing is definition of exchange rate. The term exchange rate or foreign exchange rate refers to the rate at which one country's currency can be exchanged for another country's currency. This exchange rate fluctuates based on various factors such as inflation rate, economic condition, interest rates, market expectation, and the volume of business transaction between countries. Exchange rate also play a very important role in international trade and investment. For example, if the exchange rate between Malaysia ringgit and Singapore dollar is 1 SGD equal to MYR, this means that for every 1 Singapore dollar, we will be able to exchange it for 3 Malaysian ringgit. A fixed exchange rate refers to the value of a currency set by the government or central bank, which is held around the set value against another currency or group of other currencies. Countries that use this method usually peg the value of other countries to a stable currency, such as the US dollar, while the floating exchange rate refers to the value of the currency determined by the free market based on supply and demand compared to other currencies. Most world currencies today follow the floating exchange rate system.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is MUHAMAD bin ROSIDI, matric number A2080553. So, my part is question 2, which is difference between depreciation and appreciation for the ringgit Malaysia. So, for this part, I have made different for 4 aspects, which is definition, cost, occurs, impact, export and import, and response central bank. So we go first to definition. Definition for depreciation in the case of the Malaysia ringgit is depreciation occurs when the ringgit experience a decline in value compared to other currency, and definition for the in the case Malaysia ringgit is appreciation take place when the ringgit strengthens against other currency. Second aspect is cost occurs. The cost of depreciation is due to several factors such as inflation rate, decrease in Malaysia interest rate, and political and economic stability. For example, if inflation rate higher in Malaysia compared to its trading partner, it can reduce the purchasing power of the ringgit and indirectly lead to depreciation. Likewise, the decline in Malaysia interest rate, it can prompt investors to seek higher return elsewhere and contribute to the trend of depreciation. For appreciation, factors such as rising interest rate, strong economic performance, and favorable trade balance, adequate foreign exchange reserve, and global demand for export can collectively contribute to an increase in the ringgit. Impact on export when depreciation can increase the competitiveness of Malaysia export in the international market by making them more affordable for foreign buyers. This can lead to an increase in import volume, which benefit Malaysian exporter. Impact depreciation on import is that it poses a challenge to industry that depend on inputs and other the cost of import goods and raw material. Impact for export when the appreciation is to make Malaysia export more expensive for foreign customer, potentially reducing the amount of export. The impact on import is that it can reduce the cost of imports and indirectly contribute to a decrease in inflation in Malaysia. Next, as when depreciation, central bank may take steps to stabilize the currency. This could involve intervention such as using foreign exchange reserve or interest rate to attract foreign capital, thereby increasing demand for foreign currency. And when appreciation, the central bank may intervene to prevent excessive strengthening, as it could give negative impact on export competitiveness. Strategies may include selling the domestic currency or adjusting interest rate to deter foreign investor, ultimately affecting the value of the currency in the foreign exchange market.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is NURATHIRAH SYAFIYAH binti KHAIRULFAZLE. My matrix number is A22A0229. I will present about Singapore's strengthened its currency of the Singapore dollar in line with the United US dollar. First, Singapore economy is open and modest in size, so it can affect in many ways, such as the balance of trade, which can affect the country's currency due to its openness to international trade. Next, foreign direct investment (FDI) can create demand for its currency if a country receives a large amount of FDI. Second, Monetary Authority of Singapore must use foreign exchange rates relative to interest rate as a monetary policy instrument. The currency can be strengthened when mass uses foreign exchange to help when the problem of inflation increases. Singapore can improve its competitiveness in global trade by manipulating the exchange rate, which can increase export and reduce the trade deficit. Third, Singapore tracks foreign exchange and not the interest rate. If Singapore focus on managing its exchange rate with the US dollar as a money policy tool, it can ensure price stability in their country and increase economic growth. Last but not least, the US is Singapore's biggest trading partner. SGD is affected by movements in trade, the company, and the US dollar. Export from Singapore may benefit from a strengthening US economy, which could also strengthen the SGD against the US dollar.
Assalamualaikum and hello. My name is Nurin ZAININA binti ZAINUDDIN. My matric number is A22A0457, and I will continue with the factor of the ASEAN remains better than other ASEAN currency. According to the article, the ringgit remains better than other ASEAN currency due to several factors. These factors include a decrease in the unemployment rate, lower inflation rate compared to other countries, improving gross domestic product development, and high global commodity price. A reduction in the unemployment rate can increase trade development. This is because a population that works more often has higher productivity, which increase the demand for product and service at home and abroad. This can lead to more positive trade development as export may increase, strengthening the country economy as a whole and its currency. In this situation, we might say that increased demand will lead to increased consumer spending. Consumer spending tends to increase when employment rates are higher, and this can stimulate economic growth and attract more investors. Next factor is lower inflation compared to the other countries. Lower inflation can help control the cost of living and perceive the purchasing power of the people, because if the price of goods is low, the people can maintain the purchasing power and support the stability of the domestic economy. It also promotes stable production costs, making Malaysian goods and services more competitive in national markets. This could improve the competitiveness of the country export, which could have a positive effect on the trade balance. In addition, the ringgit remains better than other ASEAN currency due to improved gross domestic product development. This is due to the fact that by improving GDP, a country has boosted economic confidence. Example, foreign investors and local investors are more confident to invest in terms of capital, technology and expertise to help increase the value of ringgit when more has caused the Malaysian currency to do better. And the last factor is high global commodity price level for the ringgit remains better than other countries. Major exporters of these commodities generally benefit economically when commodity price rise. An increase in export revenue improves the country trade balance and current account and can increase demand for the currency.
Hello and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is ZAFIRAH binti MUHAMAD FADZLI, A22A0854. So now I'm going to talk about the effect of falling ringgit on Malaysian economy. The Malaysian ringgit's decline has far-reaching consequences. First, falling ringgit can cause rise in import costs, as it takes more ringgit to buy the same amount of goods from abroad. So this can give impact on Malaysia businesses that rely on imported goods and raw materials, such as electronic manufacturers, as they import components and raw materials for productions, including memory chips, batteries, and others from international suppliers. This prolonged import process also increased their expenses, leading to higher production costs and potentially cause inflation. This inflation hit sectors like food, where Malaysia heavily depends on import. For example, restaurants and supermarkets that heavily import fresh seafood, vegetable, fruits, and processed foods from international suppliers are forced to raise their selling price. This will directly affect central bank to adjust their monetary policy through contractionary monetary policy in order to stabilize the inflation. Next, most goods and services in Malaysia rely heavily on imported sources, so this will increase the cost of living for Malaysians, especially for low-income communities, causing a domino effect for individuals, families, and various economy sectors. Consumers become not confident to make any purchase as they need to tighten their budget. When consumers become hesitant to make purchase as the products are pricey, this shows that their purchasing power decrease, contribute to a decrease in demand also. So this will directly affect business to bankrupt and closures, as there is no demand in market and they cannot make profit. The business closures can rise an employment rate. So from all of these negative effects, it contributes to a slowdown in economic activity and economic growth. If this hardship continues, it can cause Malaysia to become a poor country. Lastly, a falling ringgit can deter foreign investors as investor may worry that their return will be lower when converted back to their home currencies, thereby reducing the attractiveness of the investment. So this will affect Malaysian economic growth by limiting capitals, technology and expertise influx for businesses, as hindering business expansion and innovation. On the other hand, despite its challenges, a falling ringgit can bring positive outcome to Malaysia. Firstly, it enhances export competitiveness. As the ringgit falls, the cost of Malaysian goods and services in foreign currency become more attractive and affordable to international buyers. Thereby, it boosts exports value and revenue for local industries, contributing to economic development. Additionally, a depreciated ringgit may improve the trade balance by reducing import and increasing exports. Moreover, falling ringgit can boost tourism. It makes Malaysia a more affordable tourist destination, attracting foreign visitors and benefiting the hospitality, services and retail sectors in Malaysia. Lastly, a declining ringgit can stimulate the consumption of domestically produced goods, encouraging spending and investment in local industry, that finally providing an economic boost. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to all my friends and to my lecturer. My name is SYAZRENA RAHMAN and my matric number is A22A0482. I will continue with the next question in factor that cause a currency to depreciate. A currency value may be affected for a variety of reasons, such as interest rate. This is because there is a possibility that higher rates of interest might increase inflation, since they will make borrowing more expensive due to rising costs for goods and services. Due to the uses of a credit, the acquisition of investment or real estate, there will be less demand for the currency, which lower its value. Furthermore, a decrease in domestic investor may result from significant interest rate increase. This is due to the fact that if the higher interest rate persists, international investor will be reluctant make investment because they do not want to assume the risk of investing and not receive the anticipated return. The currency value decreased due to a lack of investment due to the outflow of capital. The trade balance is the second part that contributes to currency depreciation. This is due to the possibility that an uneven trade balance, import exceed export, indicate a nation that is dependent on import and is unable to create the commodities and services it needs on its own. The demand for the national currency will therefore decrease if important exceed export. The decline in demand may have an impact on the exchange rate, contributing to a depreciation of the currency. Also, a trade imbalance can affect a country's currency if it is too dependent on import to meet its basic needs such as food, fuel, or other needs. The trade balance is the second part that can contribute to currency depreciation. This is due to the possibility that an uneven trade balance, import exceed export, indicate a nation that is dependent on import and is unable to create the commodities and services it needs on its own. The demand for the national currency will therefore decrease if import exceed export. This decline in demand may have an impact on the exchange rate, contributing to a depreciation of the currency. Also, the trade imbalance can affect a country's currency if it's too dependent on import to meet its basic needs, such as food, fuel, or other needs. Additionally, currency depreciation may also be caused by political or economic instability. This is because of that fact that market uncertainty growth on by political or economic unrest can lower investor confidence and market competition. Investors often seek out more stable investment opportunities and they may pull out of ambition if political or economic stability is a jeopardy. Hence, this may result in decrease in the demand for national currency as well as the depreciation of it. For instance, Turkey has recently had to deal with a number of political difficulties and economic gaps. This includes worries about high inflation and the involvement of the government in the central bank's decision making. As a result, this warning investor confidence indicate a notable decline in value relative to important currency like the US dollar and the euro. In conclusion, it's critical to acknowledge that there might be a relationship between this factor and money. Depreciation is influenced by several intricate geopolitical and economic issues. What makes this factor unique is that they could cause that Malaysian ringgit to lose value and go for a closer look than what is provided in the article. Therefore, it's crucial to know how to handle currency depreciation in order to keep the nation going forward. By having a true understanding of currency dynamic, nations may better safeguard their economies, uphold stability, and guarantee sustained progress.